Welcome to the second part of our date and time functions guide. In this section, we'll dive deeper into more advanced functions that allow you to further manipulate and customize date and time values in Engini. Whether you need to calculate time differences or convert time zones, these functions will give you the flexibility you need. Let's continue exploring how they work. Let's start this part with the ADDDAYS function. This function allows you to add a specific number of days to a given date and time, returning a new timestamp. The format for the output is optional, but can be customized as needed. For example, if we start with a date like October 5th, 2023, and add 2 days, the ADDDAYS function will return October 7th, 2023, formatted as specified. Let's try this by adding days to a date. After running the function, the result is displayed exactly as expected. Next, let's look at the ADDMONTHS function. This function allows you to add a specific number of months to a given date and time, returning a new timestamp. Just like with other time functions, you can choose to customize the format, though it's optional. For example, if we start with a date like October 5th, 2023, and add 2 months, the ADDMONTHS function will return December 5th, 2023, formatted as specified. Let's test this by adding months to a date. After running the function, the result is displayed just as expected. Now let's take a look at the ADDYEARS function. This function adds a specified number of years to a given date and time, returning an updated timestamp. As with other functions, the format can be customized, but it's optional. For example, if we start with a date like October 5th, 2023, and add 2 years, the ADDYEARS function will return October 5th, 2025, formatted as specified. Let's try this by adding years to a date. After running the function, the result is exactly as expected. Next, let's explore the STRINGTODATETIME function. This function converts a string representation of a date and time into a timestamp. The format is required so the function can correctly interpret the string and convert it accurately. For example, if we have a string like November 2nd, 2023, 3:30 p.m., and we use the format year, month, day, hour, minute, second, the STRINGTODATETIME function will convert it into a proper timestamp, reflecting the exact date and time provided in the input. Let's test this by converting a string into a timestamp. After running the function, the result is displayed just as expected. Now let's take a look at the STARTOFMONTH function. This function returns the date of the first day of the month based on the input timestamp. It's useful when you need to reset a date to the beginning of a month. For example, if we input a date like September 15th, 2023, the STARTOFMONTH function will return the date and time set to the first day of that month, resulting in September 1st, 2023, at midnight. Let's try this by resetting a date to the start of its month. After running the function, the result is exactly as expected. Let's move on to the ENDOFMONTH function. This function returns the date of the last day of the month based on the input timestamp. It's useful when you need to determine the end of a specific month. For example, if we input a date like September 15th, 2023, the ENDOFMONTH function will return the date and time set to the last day of that month, resulting in September 30th, 2023, at midnight. Let's test this by finding the end of a month. After running the function, the result is exactly as expected. Let's move on to the DAYOFWEEK function. This function returns the day number of the week for a given timestamp, where the week starts on Sunday as day number 1. For example, if we input the date February 3rd, 2023, the DAYOFWEEK function will return the value 6, because that date falls on a Friday, which is day number 6 of the week. Let's test this by finding the day of the week for a given date. After running the function, the result is exactly as expected. Let's move on to the DATEDIFF function. This function calculates the difference between 2 dates in various time units, such as years, months, weeks, days, hours, minutes, or seconds. By default, the interval is set to days. For example, if we use DATEDIFF to calculate the difference between September 20th, 2023, and September 26th, 2023, with the interval set to days, the function will return the value 6, indicating a 6-day difference between the 2 dates. Let's test this by calculating the difference between 2 dates. After running the function, the result is exactly as expected. That's it for this part of our date and time functions guide. Be sure to join us for the next section, where we'll explore even more useful functions. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.